Hello and welcome to Bible Pebbles. I'm glad you could join us today. Our topic is going to be, who are you listening to? We see around us in the world today lots of things that are firing at us on the news, TV, on the internet, social media. We see all these things around us. We've got fake news, conspiracy theories, and they're all bombarding us. Who are you listening to? We're going to be looking at King Rehoboam in 1 Kings. He was the son of Solomon. On Solomon's death, he came to the throne at the age of 41. He went to Shechem to be crowned, and there people gathered to him. And they had a question, they had a proposal to him. They said, your father Solomon, he put a heavy yoke upon us. We want it lightened. This heavy yoke was taxes. Solomon, through all his building projects with the temple and everything else, had taxed the people so much that they wanted this tax to be lightened. And they asked the King Rehoboam if he could do that. So he said to them, give me 3 days and I will give you my answer. They went away. King Rehoboam first went to his father's advisors, the elders, those that were learned, those that had experience. And he asked them, these people have asked me this question, what do you think I should do? And they said to him, a leader should be a servant of his people. Listen to what they have to say. Serve them and they will follow you. Well, Rehoboam went away and he thought, I don't like that advice. I'm not going to listen to it. So he went to his friends and he asked the same question. What do you think I should do? And they said, tax them more. You'll be more wealthy. Show them who's boss. And that's exactly the advice that he listened to. But this advice that he listened to had consequences. By listening to those that were still learners, the consequence was his kingdom was divided, so he had less control over the kingdom. Jeroboam, a contemporary of his, became king of the northern tribes, of the 10 northern tribes, and Rehoboam now was only king of 2 tribes in the southern area, Judah. He lost what he could have had because he listened to the wrong advice. The people revolted against him and didn't want to have anything to do with him. And there are lessons that we can learn from this today as well. Who are we listening to? Do we listen to the fake news and conspiracies of people's opinions that we hear on the news or social media? Are we listening to the learners? Or are we listening to the learned? Those that have experience, that have studied, that know about different things. Like historians, economists, biologists, people that have studied, that know, that have the experience. Who are we listening to? Because who we are listening to will have consequences in the future. We listen to the wrong people, the consequences could be dire. We listen to the right people, we not only get educated, but the consequences could be much better for us because we know more, we know the right path and the right route to take. And we know that by looking at the Bible, that is our benchmark, our foundation. We should be discerning and have good judgment about what we hear, what we see, what we read. And we know that the Bible is trustworthy, it's a good foundation, and that is something that we can use alongside God's character, God's nature, to know what is right, to discern what is right, to follow what is right and to have that good judgment. King Rehoboam didn't have that, and look what happened. We need to have good discernment, to be good Bereans, to be good people that go back to the Bible to say, okay, well, in spite of everything that I'm hearing, everything that's going around me, what is true? Go back to what God has said, go back to who God is and what is right. Show discernment about what you hear, show good judgment about what you hear, listen to the learned, and that will be the right path. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.